Some people have argued that the number of ministers are less, but you've made up for those numbers by appointing persons to other government agencies. So I guess my question is, what tangible savings or gains have we made by the reduction in the number of ministers, if indeed you've made up for them via appointments to other government agencies?
Again, you see, that narrative is false. And I keep on referring to the need for scrutiny of claims that are made by the opposition, much in the same way that you scrutinize what we say. To begin with, you see, mathematical certainty. There are some things that are so straightforward that you don't even waste your time arguing. If in the past somebody had 126 ministers, and then now somebody has 56 ministers, do you need to be a rocket scientist to see that that alone means a reduction in the cost of maintaining ministers? Do you know what it takes to maintain a minister? You see, if I show you my appointment letter, apart from my salary, they will tell me I'm entitled to a 4-wheel drive, I'm entitled to a saloon car, I have to be given accommodation, and then other incentives. And the amount of money that the NPP ministers took hasn't changed. We are taking the same thing now. So on that basis alone, if you do the analysis, you see that there's a change. Let me give you another statistic. In this very house, Jubilee House, apart from the civil servants who are seconded from other places, so that do not necessarily impose additional cost, there were 336 political appointees occupying various offices here. As I speak to you, President Mahama has taken an axe and put it to that number. He has halved it. So when we go to Parliament next year and we present the list to Parliament, you see that it is just around half of what the NPP kept. Now let me also ask you, if you had 336 people benefiting from the same conditions of service that those in this government are benefiting from, and the number now is less than half of what they left, does it not tell you immediately that there has been a reduction? And the situation is the same for various places. Indeed, in an interview with the sister station, I pointed out that when we came to this very place, the Jubilee House, there were subscriptions to satellite television, in addition to the local channels that we watch. When we took stock of how much it costs to pay for the satellite subscription, we noticed that in a month, we spent 120,000 Ghana cedis just paying for subscriptions to satellite television, satellite channels in this house. President Mahama has cancelled all of that. And you know what 120,000 Ghana cedis can do? Let me give you a practical example. You know, you said I represent the people of Abrasibu Kamankesi. There are communities in AAK whose water problems you can resolve with 1,000 Ghana cedis. And I have done that as MP. 1,000 Ghana cedis, because perhaps a pump is spoiled and you need to replace the part. Because of that, a community of about 100 people goes without water for 4 months. Yet here we were sitting in this house with a government that used to pay 120,000 Ghana cedis every month just for satellite television subscriptions. President Mahama has cut that. You have heard him say that fuel allocations to people outside of exclusive government activity has been cut. And you know the cost of fuel and how much it takes to fill a four-wheel drive. The houses that ministers live in, if you don't live in the government bungalow, you are given 20% of your basic salary as rent allowance. So if there were 126 people and now there are 56 people, do you think that the cost is going to be the same? So if anybody tells you that there has been no saving, again, the person is not being fair to the facts. The reality is telling all of us. Indeed, there is a man who even promised to run this country with 60 ministers. He is doing so with 56. Perhaps the first time in history that somebody has promised something and has actually done better